Morning. Before you get into this video proper, I just want to apologise for the dodgy editing, for the fingers over the camera lens, for going off on a bit of a tangent and then losing my track. What else? Oh yeah, for not recording the last 10 minutes. Again, you see the pièce de resistance at the end when I realised that. Yeah, and also because I've accidentally recorded this in real time. Now I know I record everything in real time, but because I was talking to the camera in real time, meant that I couldn't actually speed this up because otherwise I sound like one of those Minnie Mouse things. So yeah, so you're gonna have to just, if you're bored, you're just gonna have to skip through, I'm afraid, this time because I couldn't speed it up. Yeah, so there you go. Me just rambling on, much like I am now. So I will let you get into the video proper. Okay, thanks for being here. Oh, and I just want to say we've got a solar eclipse in the UK today. I think it's happening about 8 p.m. But I'm really gutted because I haven't been able to get hold of any eclipse glasses, so I won't be able to look at it. So I'll have to just go out and stand in it and feel it and experience it happening, and then go and watch it on telly later. But I was around for the 1999 solar eclipse. I remember that very clearly. That was kind of midday-ish because I remember we all piled out of our office where we were working and stood on. I was working in Richmond at the time, and we went and stood on Richmond Bridge and experienced it there. It was very surreal. And apparently I bumped into a man on my walk today, and he was telling me there's not going to be another one for about 80 years. Well, won't be around for that. So yeah, I think it's not quite full. It's about 95% apparently. But yeah, so it's going to be quite exciting. But I wish I'd managed to get hold of some. I mean, last time it happened, the flipping newspapers were giving them away as an incentive to go and buy their newspaper. But apparently now, because of ISO blah de blah de blah, we're not allowed to do that anymore. So and they haven't really publicised it because I didn't find out about it until about 4 days ago. And then when I went on to Amazon to try and order some glasses, not only are they about a tenner, and you use them for about 3 minutes, and it's like, oh yeah, free delivery by the 13th of 13th of August. Well, that's too bloody late. It's happening on the 12th. So anyway, if you're experiencing the solar eclipse, if you're lucky enough to get yourself some glasses, have fun. Good morning. It is 6:45, and I thought today I'd take you on a bit of a walk. So some people have been asking me to do this, and I thought I will. And I did actually try the other day, but it was a bit of a faff, holding everything, and because my phone has a case on it that is kind of stuck, so it's not easy to keep turning the thing round. And anyway, it was a bit of a nightmare. So I thought I'll just come out today. Now I learned how to do the voiceover thing. I don't have to talk, and I can just kind of hold the phone because I didn't want to bring out a selfie stick. I just feel like such a knob at the moment. I've got to get over that. I know everybody does it, but I haven't done it yet, and just feels a bit embarrassing. So we're going to go to Roath Park, which is sort of one of the sites. I don't know whether you'd call it a site, but it's one of the well-known places in Cardiff. Beautiful big lake, and you can walk around the lake. So let's go there today. There's a lovely park, Keffernon Park, which is just not far from me. But it's a bit early. I wouldn't want to be in there on my own at this time of the morning. I mean, I'm sure there'll be lots of people walking their dogs and things, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to go there on my own. So I'm going to go to Roath Park because it's very open, and there'll be lots of people there, no doubt, doing their running and everything before work. So let's do that today. 30-minute Japanese walking. So 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes moderate around Roath Park, and see how we get on. It's 17 degrees at the moment. It's going to be 30. I think it's 32. I looked up 32 or 33 today. So yeah, and then it's going to be, low 30s again tomorrow, and then back to about 26, 27 on Friday. So let's do this. Okay. So there we are, swan, a couple of cygnets on the lake. So this is Roath Park Lake, and You see across there, there's a path kind of goes around this bit of the park, and then there's a rose garden. You go further up there. So let's crack on with this. So I'm going to start my timer. This is going to be awkward as well. I'm going to start my timer. Actually, let me see if I can fit my timer in this case. I'll just hook it over. Will that go? Is that going to work? Oh, it's upside down. That doesn't matter. Oh, we'll see. No, I think that's going to be too tricky. Oh, God, no. I'm going to have to get a... See my fingers all over the screen now. I'm going to have to get a watch. Some kind of fit thing that goes on so I can do these things, because this is far too tricky doing it like this. So I'm going to hold my timer in my hand and hold this in this hand. Oh my God. Let's see how we go. Okay, so starting. So I'm going to 3 minutes slow and 3 minutes fast. Start. So if I put my phone down all of a sudden, it's because someone's coming and I don't want to look like an idiot. Oh yeah, and I can't swap views in between while it's playing. So I have to, if I want to swap the view to me, I'm going to have to stop the video and restart the video. So this all gets complicated. Let's try and keep you up here. Sort of turn you away from people as they're coming full on to me. Big swan here. That's a nice view over there. These houses, they're not, I think these are kind of probably 1930s houses. I mean, they're not, some of them aren't the nicest houses, but obviously they are prime real estate in Cardiff because of where they are on the lake. Some of the houses are more attractive than others. There's a nest there. Loads of people out walking or running prior to work, no doubt, walking their dogs. Oh. Loads of swans up here. Just minding their own business. I can't begin to tell you how many times I've walked around this bloody lake. I used to bring my son when he was little all the time. We'd he'd toddle around, or before he would walk, I would put him in the pushchair and walk him around this lake. And at the other end, there's a kind of kids' play area. Oh, I've gone through, right, I've got to do fast now, so speed up a bit. Whoops,
Fingers over the lens again. More swans. Whoops. Pigeons. More swans coming up here. Oh, there's a heron. See the heron? There it goes. Yet more swans. That sort of rotund thing over there is a coffee shop, and that's an old clock tower which has some historical significance, but I can't remember exactly what right now. So I don't think I'm going very fast because I'm too busy holding this phone and talking. People coming, so you're going to have to look at the lake for a bit. Morning. It does make you realise when you're out this early. I mean, I know it's not very early now, but how many people there are out and about doing things, even if it is just running. You know, they extend their day in terms of they do something for themselves right at the start of the day, rather than just waking to the alarm, rolling out of bed, jumping into the shower, getting ready and go to work. Taking that hour for yourself at the beginning of the day to do something for you. Oh, these are geese now. Fast asleep, bless them. Oh, look. Oh, cute. All tucked up. These ones, a couple of babies there, or youngsters there. Hello. Morning. Oh, a couple of ducks there. Female, I guess they're female mallards, still with their heads tucked under their wings. Yeah, so do so many walks around this park. And then when my dad was ill with Alzheimer's, we'd bring him down here and kind of just, because, you know, he was losing his physical capabilities. So we'd bring him down here, just walk him round, get him out a bit. We had a wheelchair, we'd bring a wheelchair with us, and he would sit in that, you know, he'd walk so far and then we'd put him in the wheelchair. So, yeah. I must look up the clock tower significance. I do know, I've looked it up before, but I just can't remember it. That's the coffee shop over there. Nice big kind of glass fronted seating area as well. That get absolutely rammed when it's nice weather. Well, to be fair, it gets rammed pretty much any weekends as well, even in horrible weather, because people still come out and they stop and have a coffee. They do nice cakes and toasties and things. Right. Just gonna have a show you the kids' play area. All the flowers up here in the containers, marigolds. It's the kids' play area where I've spent many hours just on sitting on those benches on the other side of the far fence. Me and my friend would sit there with our takeaway coffees while our kids were playing in here for hours on end. Yeah, and then they'd spend, rolling down this hill. They used to love rolling down this hill, like I did when I was a kid. Rolling down hills was huge fun, wasn't it? So yeah, so that's the kids' play area. That's the view back over the lake. And then obviously the hills. I guess that's heading up to Caerphilly. Not quite sure. I think it is. I think I can see a mast up there, which I think is the up on sort of heading up towards Caerphilly Mountain. Well, it's not a mountain. They call it Caerphilly Mountain, but it's not a mountain. I've done loads of walks up there as well. Remember when my son was really tiny? I'm not even sure. He probably was maybe just able to walk, and we'd only just moved into my house. I thought I'd take him up there for a walk. We got to the top. Oh my God, it was so windy. And he couldn't breathe because of the wind. So I sort of remember picking him up and having to sort of turn him in and snuggle him down into my neck so he could breathe. God, those are the days. Now he's a lumping great 6 foot rock of muscle. Oh dear. Oh, always been my baby though. More orange marigolds there. Who's that? Terra Nova. Oh, Antarctic expedition departed Cardiff, June 15th, 1910. So here we go. I don't know if you read that there. Terra Nova sailed from Cardiff on the 15th of June 1910, heading for the South Pole via South Africa, Australia and New Zealand. Having spent 20 days halted in the southern ice pack, Scott and his party finally arrived off Ross Island on the 4th of January 1911. Okay. Right, let's carry on. I haven't been here for ages. I forget how pretty these places are. Well, pretty in the summer. Geraniums. Some of them are looking past their best now. There's a gorgeous magnolia tree down here, but it will have won't be flowering anymore. So this takes us into the rose garden now. Don't know what kind of state the rose garden's going to be in. And at the far end of this, there's a kind of a big hothouse, greenhouse that you can walk around. I mean, it's not Kew Gardens, but it's there. There's something you can go and have a look at. There are some roses blooming and haven't all died a death. The rose garden looked very different in the early days of Roath Park when it was known as the Students' Garden. Plants were grown in family groups. One bed might have contained grasses and other magnolias. During World War II, the beds were used for food production. It was made in the 1950s, became a popular attraction in 1960. The Royal Rose Society chose to display roses here. Today it's made up of 65 rose beds, and rose planting is an ongoing project. Many British Association of Rose Breeders Rose of the Year varieties have been selected for planting in the last 5 years. And obviously, because we're in Wales, they have it, in Welsh as well. Okay, let's have a quick meander. Honestly, I'm not doing my steps today, really, am I? Does this count as exercise? I don't think it really does. So you see, it goes kind of down there. There's a nice bed in the middle there, a nice circular bed there. So yeah, let's get. Oh dear. Oh, that's a oh god, what's that called? I can't remember what that's called. I do know, but I can't think right now. Buddleia there, that's its best. Huge, huge grape. Look at the size of that rosemary. Does it? There's no smell on it. Is it rose? Looks like rosemary, but there's no smell on it. Maybe it's too big. Another one. God, I wish I could remember that. That's so annoying, isn't it? When you can't remember the name of something, it's going to drive me mad now all day. What is that? Some fruit on there. Don't know what they are. Are they apples? I think they are apples. I'm sure they won't be eaters though. Thought they were limes for a second because my glasses are on top of my head, but they weren't. They were pretty sure they were apples. Maybe they're crab apples or something. There's the hothouse. Don't know what time it opens, but it won't be open this early, I'm pretty sure. Yes, being up this early, I haven't told you this about me before, but I had a paper round for 7 years. Well, technically, I didn't have a paper round. My son had a paper round. And because it was quite a big round and hills and things, I used to get up and drive him round it. And, he'd go and do one side of the street and I'd go and do the other side of the street. So we'd get it done quicker in the morning before school. And then when the kind of COVID hit, my teaching skill was before COVID. Actually, I think it was before COVID even. Um, my teaching schedule kind of changed, and it meant that because what we would do, we would get up and let me get the timings for this right. How did it go? I think we'd get up at 6:30 and sort of be, or did we get up at 6? Right. How long's this walk been so far? Only 20 minutes. So 20 minutes, so I go along there. I'm realising that I've made a bit of a mistake because I thought, oh, I'll record while I walk. But of course, now I can't speed this up because otherwise you'll just hear me like, so this is in real time today. Oh dear. So although I haven't really been doing the Japanese walking thing, I am feeling a little bit out of breath. So it is doing some good. Here's a border collie or border collie cross by the looks of things. Or maybe it's just a border collie that's had its coat. What do you call that? Look at that. That really annoys me. Some bloody lazy ass just leaves a thing of Pringles. First, at least it's not on the floor, but there are bins. I can't actually see any right here, but just take it with you. Plastic bottle on the floor there. This makes me so annoyed. I mean, to be fair, that's about the only littering I've seen so far, but some people really are. There's a bin over there. I can see a bin now. It's lovely, it's so lovely and calming actually. So peaceful, quiet. Well, apart from the road traffic on the road that you can hear. But it is lovely. And here we are coming back round now to the kids' play area. Oops. It's got a bit of a twinge then in my knee. just thought I'd stop here for a second and see if you can hear the seagulls. A lady commented the other day saying, "Oh, Catherine, could I hear a seagull in one of your videos in the background?" I was like, "Yes," because Cardiff is actually a port city, and obviously at the height of the Industrial Revolution, it was the worldwide centre for the distribution of coal. I mean, ships coming in from everywhere, going everywhere. All the coal was being dug out of the South Wales valleys and shipped all over the world. I mean, it was Welsh coal that powered the Industrial Revolution, the global Industrial Revolution. So, obviously the port itself is nowhere near that large anymore, or has that much importance, but it still is. Cardiff still is a port city, and the port is very much active. So we do have seagulls. They're either on the lake or they're down in the bay. And I will take you down to the bay one day. The bay is lovely. Since they redeveloped it, and it is absolutely lovely. I mean, it was a slum, but still, for many people it was home, where Shirley Bassey was brought up, the girl from Tiger Bay. So yeah, right. So let me stop and turn you around now. Face me. Oh no!